Let's go. We're live, straight from Levi Stadium. Yes, I am absolutely freezing my entire ass off, but it doesn't matter. We go live regardless. Hopefully, I'll get a little warmed up as we get into this, but you already know the dang vibes. Drop that SDS in the chat, smash that like button, and let's get talking about the San Francisco 49ers win over the Bucs. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Yup, it's me. I'm back. Let's talk some San Francisco 49ers football. And again, we're in the elements. You see this? That ain't fake. That's not CGI. It's cold as hell. But the San Francisco 49ers get the dub. And my goodness, it was a phenomenal performance. I know you guys, if you guys watched my film breakdown last week of Brock Purdy, you guys could see I was really excited about Brock Purdy. I was really much more so than a flash in a pan. I didn't see Nick Mullins. A lot of people really wanted to compare Brock Purdy to Nick Mullins, and I didn't see that comp because, let's face it, Nick Mullins had a decent arm. He knew how to throw the ball, but he was just another guy at the end of the day. And one of the things that show up consistently on tape with Brock Purdy, is the intangible aspect, the mental processing aspect, the maturity aspect. Those types of things are the difference maker and why Brock Purdy is continuing to ascend. At this point, he is almost a cult figure. I'm ready to build the statue already of Brock Purdy. But let's get to some injury updates. Deebo Samuel went down with what looked to be a really nasty ankle injury. Thankfully, it turned out that it is only a sprain. I spoke to someone close to the situation. They don't believe it to be serious, but again, Kyle Shanahan reported that it could be a high ankle sprain. They don't know exactly yet. What I've heard is that there is an expectation that Deebo will likely miss next week, but they're hopeful that it could be just a 1 week injury. So we'll continue to monitor. Obviously, it's a short week, Thursday night football in Seattle. So that's a really tight turn for Deebo Samuel in that situation. So not shocked at all if Deebo Samuel doesn't play in that particular game. I got my janky setup here. Let me try to get this a little bit better. Woo! It's cold. Woo! See that? Ooh, baby. We're smoking that Bucs pack, baby. Ooh, feels great. But let's be honest. Great news in regards to the Deebo Samuel situation, that it isn't a serious injury. Obviously, he could miss a couple weeks. I don't believe that it is going to be a 4 to 8 week injury, which typically high ankle sprains are. So I think it's more of a mild ankle sprain. I think the 49ers really dodged a bullet here with Deebo Samuel. So that's good news, right? There were a couple more injuries to kind of come from the game. We'll see what comes of that. But again, really, really happy with the performance tonight. Again, it's the first play of the game. Kyle Shanahan talked about it. Brock Purdy called an audible, called the wrong audible, and he got smoked. It was a wild hit, and It was a big hit, completely blindsided off the left side. Thankfully, they have they got a helmet to helmet, so it kind of mitigated the sack and actually was allowed them to move the ball forward. Um, but Brock Purdy came back through kind of a wild throw. Looked like the timing was off between, I think it was him and Debo. So right off the bat, it felt like, like maybe we're not going to see the Brock that we were hoping for today. But outside those first couple plays, Brock really settled in. And I mean, some of the throws that he made, I think again, I'm here in the stadium, so I've only got, like, from what I've recorded on my phone and from what I've seen, Brock Purdy, at least I think it was I can't remember, it's either the IU touchdown or the CMC touchdown, but he had a pump fake. He had a pump fake with a defender bearing down on him. He had a pump fake, and then he threw it. And I mean, Brock was out here playing like an absolute veteran, and again, just speaks to his character, speaks to uh, the mentality that he has, and all those different types of things, and why the 49er faithful should be excited moving forward. Like, I get it. Jimmy Garoppolo's not walking through those doors. Trey Lance isn't going to be walking through those doors. There is a confidence to be had with Brock Purdy moving forward. He is built the right way. Even on the scramble, didn't phase him. One of the biggest things with Brock is he knows how to move within the pocket. He can dip, he can duck, he can dive, he can dodge, he can do the 5 Ds. You guys know the 5 Ds well. He can get out and make things happen. So Brock Purdy continues to show that he is like beyond where he was drafted. I mean, the fact that he is performing like he is right now, being the last pick in the NFL draft, some GMs should be questioned. And I get it. He fell due to his measurables and things like that. But in regards to football character, he's got it, and you're seeing it out there. Let's see. I'm trying to read the comments. A little bit more difficult here. Someone said, I think, did we find our franchise quarterback? Listen, it's obviously a conversation for the offseason. There's a lot of games left to be played. You've got Seattle, you've got Washington, you've got the Raiders, you've got Arizona. There's plenty of games left to be played. But this guy's got it. Like, there's those intangibles that you're looking for in quarterback. Let's use Sam Darnold as a perfect example. Sam Darnold has the arm talent. He might have one of the best arms in the NFL when we're trying to scout quarterbacks in regards to where they can throw, how they can throw, off platform, arm angle, all those different types of things. Sam Darnold probably has a phenomenal arm. But where Sam Darnold and why Sam Darnold is not a top tier quarterback is because he doesn't have the mental intangible. He doesn't have that trait. Again, a lot of people call it the it factor. What is the it factor? Well, I can tell you the it factor when it comes to quarterback play are guys who are natural leaders, guys who are cerebral processors, guys who are just 2 steps ahead of everything mentally. And that's what Brock Purdy is. So if Brock Purdy can continue to play at that level, then he will absolutely be squarely in the conversation for future franchise quarterback. Because again, if Brock Purdy leads this team into the playoffs, then the 49ers get it, and this is hypothetical, only hypothetical. They win a playoff game, they win the divisional round, then they win the NFC Championship, and then he wins a Super Bowl. You tell me if Brock Purdy is the franchise quarterback or not. If he brings this team a Super Bowl, I'll let you be the judge of that. I see some comments saying one game. It's actually 2 games for those counting at home. And again, Brock Purdy continues to show you why he is. I mean, I find it hilarious that Brock Purdy just came out here after being the third string quarterback. And what was the score? How many points did Tom Brady just score? Who's Tom Brady? Oh, that's right. I think they call him the GOAT. I think. I don't know. Maybe. But if you want to be able to compare apples to apples and you want to look at it from a short view, a long view, it doesn't matter. What he did today was impressive. What he did against the Dolphins was impressive. So it's absolutely phenomenal. And no one is crowning Brock Purdy just yet. But we will talk about how good he played and what it means for the future. Um, so I'm really excited, man. I think Brock Purdy has the San Francisco 49ers in good hands. You continue to hear the conversation out of the locker room. They continue to talk about the belief that they have in this guy. And that's not for, like I'm here in the stadium. The entire stadium was chanting, Brock, Purdy, Purdy. Like, I've been to a lot of 49er games. I cannot tell you the last time outside of like an injury. Like I can think of like Bosa when he went down in 2019 in the divisional round playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings, and the entire stadium is yelling Bosa, Bosa, Bosa. Outside of that, I cannot think really of another time. And we got Purdy chants. We got Purdy chants in the stadium. Um, I've never seen it. I haven't seen it yet. So I get it. You don't want to crown. You don't want to crown anyone. You don't want to give them their flowers too soon because you don't want to be let down. But let's face it, Brock Purdy is proving that he is more than capable of being that guy. Now, there's a long road ahead. Plenty of games left to be played, but I feel extremely confident moving forward with Brock Purdy at quarterback. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I can't wait to do the film breakdown this week. You guys know how much fun I had last week. And again, I told you in real time while doing the film breakdown, I told you I'm not trying to get too excited. I'm really trying to stay even keel. I'm not trying to blow the Dolphins tape out of proportion. But what he showed, Brock Purdy that is, against the Dolphins translated today. And that's exactly what we wanted to see. We wanted to see his ability to take what he did against the Dolphins and stack it against the Bucs. And he did that and then some. So listen, you can have your doubts, you can have your questions, you could not want to jump in too soon. That's perfectly fine, and I understand that, and you are absolutely have a right to that opinion. I'm stating my opinion, and my opinion is that I think the San Francisco 49ers haven't lost a step with Brock Purdy at quarterback, and that's with Jimmy Garoppolo playing the best ball of his career. So the next test, short week in Seattle. So this will be his first start on the road, playing in Seattle, being in a situation in a raucous environment for the division. We'll see how he performs then. We'll see if he takes a step back then. Every week we are building the case study of Brock Purdy and if Brock Purdy can be that guy. We're going to find out. And we'll save all the hypothetical who's going to be the quarterback in 2023 for next year. For right now, it's Brock Purdy. And you should be hyped that the third string quarterback can come in and you don't skip a beat. So I'm very excited about. CL says, can everyone just stop with the Brock Purdy puns? Getting kind of annoying. Hey, CL, get out. Just leave. Just go. Take your things and go. If you don't like Brock Purdy puns, then you can Brock and roll the hell out of here. All right. If you're talking about Glock Purdy, that guy, you can kick rocks, my friend. With all respect, I love you, appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button. But come on, man. You talking about Brock Purdy puns after a dub? Like, what are we talking about here, brother? Love you. Jag says, whatever happens with BCB in the future, what a freaking legendary story he's going to tell his grandkids on a Sunday afternoon. I beat the GOAT. The legend has been solidified. It's fantastic. I love it. I'm here for it. We knew it was going to come. If he got this W, I'm pretty excited about it, and because you can see how excited the team is about it. You can see how they're rallying around him and how well he's performing. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's a great time. So it's a good time to be alive. And again, if you don't like Brock Purdy puns, this is probably not the channel for you. With all due respect, it's okay. But Purdy is he's playing. He's doing some things right now that are pretty fun to watch. So I'm looking forward to it. And you already know the tape breakdown, the film review is going to be hyped this week. So definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be a blast. But we don't have to just talk about Brock Purdy, right? Obviously, it's the big story. Third string quarterback coming in. I mean, we've seen this before. C.J. Beathard. We've seen Nick Mullins. Like, we've seen these obscure quarterbacks come in and do nothing. So there's something to be said for how Brock is playing right now. But not only that, Christian McCaffrey had 2 touchdowns today. Brandon Ayuk had a touchdown. I felt like the offensive line did a lot better in regards to running the football. That was something that, we had spoke about quite a bit on this channel, was wanting to see them run the football more and more effectively. I felt like they did that. So that's a step in the right direction. Defensively, what are we talking about? Best defense in the league, and it's not even close. The way they're playing right now, the way Drake Greenlaw is playing right now, I think we can have the conversation. Like, obviously, when you're talking about best linebacker in the NFL, you are trying to build a case of what have they done in the past, how consistent have they been, how do they stack, how do they, those types of conversations. When you're talking about the best, it's not like an individual game performance. It's a body of work performance. And Drake Greenlaw, I would say the last 6 weeks is probably playing like the best linebacker in the NFL, and he's playing next to the best linebacker in the NFL. That's what's so wild about it, and I think that's what's easier to gauge. Is I do believe Fred Warner is that good, and Drake Greenlaw leads the team in tackles yet again. 15, the interception that he had today was nuts. Absolutely insane. Man, it's freaking cold out here. Jag says we are in the championship round. Defense are wolves. Facts. They are hunting. Absolutely hunting. I am freezing my ass off, but I don't care because the San Francisco 49ers dominated. absolutely dominated Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. And the one touchdown that they did have was a fluke touchdown. I couldn't believe he caught it and fell in for the score at the end. Uh, the 49ers are playing phenomenally right now. The defense is at a completely other level. Um, and it's a great spot to be. The fact that we could be on our third string quarterback talking about Super Bowls still is, I don't think people are really fathoming, like I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, like the the fact that we like haven't lost a step with our third string quarterback is huge, is absolutely huge. Any teams would be cooked. Like, wrap up your season, call it a day, good stuff, but your season is over if you're turning to your third string quarterback, because the majority of teams in the NFL only carry two quarterbacks on the active roster. So if you're on your third string quarterback, that likely means you're signing someone off a practice squad or your practice squad, which means if your third string quarterback is playing a lot of plays for you, you're cooked, but not the San Francisco 49ers. So this is a great spot to be in, and I'm looking forward to it. Uh, I mean, I know a lot of people want to talk about the future, uh, but there's really a whole lot. There's not a lot to say. Jimmy Garoppolo's, they talked about re-signing him. I don't know what that's going to look like, but if you have Trey Lance and you have Brock Purdy, and you feel very comfortable going into this next offseason with those two quarterbacks. Clearly, the 49ers felt comfortable with those two quarterbacks, I think, for the most part, until Jimmy became available to come back. But if Brock Purdy plays at this level, like let's try not to speak in hyperbole and let's speak in facts. I think the last 2 weeks, Brock Purdy has outperformed Jimmy Garoppolo this season. And I don't think that is hyperbole. I think that is actually factual. Um, and I imagine, again, because we saw Brock Purdy play a brand of football against the Dolphins that we didn't see Jimmy play this year. And I would definitely imagine that we are going to turn on the tape this week and we are going to see yet again Brock Purdy put together another performance that probably outperforms Jimmy and what Jimmy did this year. And that's Jimmy who's playing at an extremely high level, right? So, really excited about the developments this year. I think the 49ers are in a good spot here moving forward. So I don't think it's going to be too much of a concern for the 49ers playoff hopes and things like that. So uh, good spot to be in. Very, very good spot to be in. Someone asked a little while ago, "Hey, what's good, Huffy? What's up, Huffy? Uh, hey, appreciate you, Jag. Uh, hey, I'm freezing my ass off and doing this only because the 49ers and Brock Purdy out here cooked the freaking Buccaneers. So I'm absolutely here for it. I will sit here and freeze my literal cheeks off to talk about the San Francisco 49ers after a dub. Um, Literally feels like my wrists are gonna snap because they're frozen. They were playing the Chargers game back here, so I was watching that earlier. Um, and it was a pretty good performance. So, at least so far. I don't know how my fantasy teams are stacking. Uh, I felt like uh, everyone on my teams got hurt. So, but I don't need to talk about that. Ayuk, a top 10 route runner in the league, he's playing like it, man. He's playing like it. Brad, when you review tape, can you please look at how Purdy would do if we didn't have a stellar of a defense? I mean, I can tell you right now, Purdy is performing at a level that it doesn't matter if his defense was a bunch of potatoes. He's still playing well. Like if Brock Purdy had 11 potatoes playing for his defense, he's still playing well. He's still playing at a high level. He's still doing a really good job. And I think the perfect example of that is, again, you go to the Dolphins tape and you look at that last drive before half, where he had to drive all the way down the field and score, and how he did it. That was on Brock. That whole drive was on Brock. Is it time for a nickname for Brock? Rudy? I mean, I've already got like 7 nicknames for Brock Purdy. I got Glock Purdy. We got BCB. We've got, I don't know. They're all escaping me at the moment. Don't tell CL. He'll get upset if we start talking about Brock Purdy puns. We got Sturdy Purdy. Anything that's like related to like Brock and roll, but I call him Mini Jimmy as well. That was my nickname for him for the majority of the year. I called him Mini Jimmy because he just looks like a mini Jimmy. Not the jawline, the way he plays. Christopher says, hope Debo makes a fast recovery. Go 49ers. Yeah, again, I was speaking with someone who's close to Debo Samuel earlier today. They're actually here. And they don't believe it's going to be a serious injury. Probably going to miss Seattle, but I don't think they believe it's a serious ankle injury. The hope is that they avoided the high ankle. Brocky Balboa. Oh, that's clutch. Rome off the top rope. We're going to use that one. Brocky Balboa. Brock the Bells. That Brocky Balboa might win today. I don't know if you guys are going to come up with a better one than that. That's a good one. Straight underdog. Oh, it's cold. Oh, I'm freezing. I did not dress appropriately today. It was clear until like the fourth quarter. The rain really didn't come down until late. But it started to come down there at the end. It was, whew. Oh, I'm cold, man. I'm like physically shaking. Still smoking that Bucs pack though. Yeah, you see it. 27 snowing in Connecticut. Nice. I'm that guy when I go snowboarding and it's blizzarding out. I don't cover my face and I just leave the beard out, and it's just basically turns into one big ginger icicle. So I'm used to being in the cold. I really don't mind the cold too much, but I have been out here for a long time, and I'm starting to feel the effects. Woo, it's cold. This is the time of the year where a team's depth is big. 100%. We saw a lot of injuries today. We saw a lot of guys go down. So definitely it's that part of the year where the attrition starts to step in, and teams that have the best depth are going to really, really go a lot further. So, we got Danny Gray's first career reception today. That was cool. We got more Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason continues to ball. We got the Ayuk touchdown. CMC had a really good day. We talked about that. Who else balled today? Who was the offensive player of the game today? Drop it in the chat. I probably know what the majority answer is going to be, but let's do it anyways. We do our predictions on Fridays, so let me know who was the offensive player of the day for the San Francisco 49ers. I picked Kittle, so I was wrong. I thought today would have been a good day to get Kittle involved, but nope, no Kittle. Not a whole lot of Kittle, I should say. So, I don't think it was Kittle. See a lot of CMC. I see a lot of Purdy. Oh yeah, Debo got that touchdown. Duh. How could I forget about the Debo touchdown? The Debo rushing touchdown. CMC, Debo. A lot of Purdy. That Bucs pack. It's that loud. Trent Williams. Excited to see how the O-line played today and with the tape. See a lot of CMCs. Feels like CMC is the most popular vote getter so far. So I'm gonna say CMC. I'd probably give it to the quarterback, but also CMC, that catch that he made on the left side of the end zone was fantastic. To catch it once, then to kind of bobble it, re-secure it, then get 2 feet down. That was a pretty phenomenal catch by Christian McCaffrey to bring that in. That one felt like a close one. Didn't know if they were going to uphold it or get rid of it or call it back, but they called it a touchdown, and they should have. It was a fantastic catch, and yes, the throw was absolutely immaculate. So, I mean, Brock's out here playing like a veteran, dude. So I got to tip my cap to Brock, 100%. Got to tip my cap to the Rook for how he's playing. So let's do defensive player of the game. Drop it in the chat. Who do you think the defensive player of the game was? I feel like this one will be the same, but let's see what you guys say. So far, Jackie with what I expected. Oh, we got a Ward vote. Got some Ward in there. Yeah, I feel like it has to be Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw led the team in tackles. That interception that he had to deflect it, to get up and deflect it, and then bring it down, phenomenal. I'm going to give it to Dre Greenlaw personally. I think Dre Greenlaw was the defensive player of the game today. He was all over the place per usual, and that pick that he had was phenomenal. So Dre Greenlaw, balling, all the boys balling out here. So all the things that you love to see. I don't think Nick Bosa got a sack. And credit Tom Brady, man. Bosa almost got to Brady like 3 or 4 times, but again, Tom Brady is just a veteran and knows how to get the ball out in a hurry. So that's what he did. Tom Brady threw out of a lot of potential sacks. They were definitely pressuring him, though. They were all over him. But Tom Brady just did Tom Brady things and threw out of a lot of the sacks and all that good stuff. But all right. I think it might be time for me to get out of here before I get locked in again. If you want, you can watch on Instagram to see if I'm locked in and get locked in or if I escape. I was looking bleak there for a second last week, but I was able to break free from this place. We'll see. I can't wait to get my car with the heater and blast it at 1,000,000 degrees because I am freezing. I'm training for Seattle next week. That's what I'm doing. So I'll be up in Seattle, going to the Seattle game. We'll be in enemy territory. So just call this preparation for next week. So looking forward to all that good stuff. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. So we'll be doing our Victory Monday live per usual and all the other content that comes along with it. So smash the like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already, and of course, noti bells, all that good stuff. But I appreciate you guys as always for tapping in and vibing with me. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll do it all again. Appreciate you guys as always. I'm out. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to